This is a kitchen butter knife. A kitchen butter knife I recorded hitting a doorknob. Doesn't sound interesting, but it's what I do with the audio that's very interesting. This is a concept called musique concrète. Now, I won't give you the full details, but I will give you a quick rundown. Musique concrète is the idea of taking everyday found sounds and distorting and manipulating them to the point where they're unrecognizable. You are divorcing the sound from its context. And you take these newly manipulated sounds and you make music with them. It has to be a found sound, it can't be a musical instrument. So like footsteps, hitting metal, etc. Basically anything that's not a musical instrument, that's the gist of it. Also, you're not supposed to tell what the object is, but I'm telling you anyway. So how did I turn this recording into music? Here's how I did it. So I first opened up Ableton and put the sound in, and then you time warp the sound to stretch it out to get a nice sustained sound. And then what you do is you apply a lot of processing to it to try and extract as many sounds as you can from that single knife recording. So I'll give you a quick demonstration. So I take the sound and I put it into Ableton, and then we pick the best sounding one and use that sound. Next thing we're going to do is going to stretch it out so we can sustain those tones. Sometimes you got to fiddle with the time stretching method. And once I'm happy with the sound, I move on to the next step. The pitch of the sound usually drifts a bit, so we're going to use Waves Tune to sort of fix the pitch. Tune it, if you will. This process is a big back and forth between editing the waveform and pushing it through Waves Tune until it sounds right. Then once we're done, we can simply drag it into the sampler instrument. Then we spend 50 million years fiddling with these knobs until we get it exactly how we want to. Now for percussion, it's still the knife. What I've done is I've taken the bottom of the knife and hit the handle of the door and used that sound as a bass for the kick and the snare. Then by using pitch shifting, you can make it go doo or go doo and get your kick and snare. To get a better transient on the kick as well, I've cut mid waveform, so during the waveform cycle, I've cut halfway in between, and that creates a lot of energy, creates a pop sound. Usually you don't want this, but I can use it to my advantage here to create a nice transient for the kick. Now what I showed you was not perfect, but it's the philosophy I followed to make this track. The most important bit was the post-processing, and that's where all the magic happens, such as the reverb, saturation, etc. And when you apply all that together, and you repeat those steps I just said 500 million times, you will have a complete track. Then you got to compose the track as well. Composing a track using the tonality of this knife sample was pretty difficult, but I think I found something that worked out. I ended up using a lot of arpeggiated tracks as long sustained notes tended to sound a bit wonky, but overall I'm pretty satisfied with this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my dumb little project. It was pretty fun. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Anyway, see ya.